Okay, so we want a mobile and a web version, and we have both, and both are included in that $4 price tag.
Okay, but let me ask you a question.
Are you able to hear me still?
I can always hear you.
Okay. Now I can record and it'll work. Beautiful. Okay. So yes, we have both the mobile and we've got the web clock, or a browser based, because they can access this on computers and tablets.
Okay.
Okay.
So what's the difference? What's the difference if it's installed like Windows? Is that
no different? So with our system, you don't need to install anything. It does
good?
work.
Okay.
This browser based works the best if it's on Google Chrome, but it'll work on other web browsers as well.
Okay, great.
Okay. Now, employees can use both the web-based or the mobile app. It's up to you, right? So you you decide who has access into what. They share the same login credentials. Okay, so I use the same login credentials for my mobile phone as I do the web clock.
Okay.
Okay. Now the web clock we can restrict by IP address. So what that means is you can say certain computers at the office can only be used, or you can unlock it so that every computer can access this web clock.
Okay.
Okay?
That's good. Okay.
With the mobile phone, if you upgrade and you add location management features, then we turn on geotagging and fencing. And what happens is when employees log into their app, their home screen is the clock. When they punch in or punch out, we just pinpoint their location on a Google map.
So now, is that something that we can do just internally? I can turn it on or off on, on my own. It's not a feature I have to contact you guys to do or something?
So initially, you tell us if you want the feature, yes or no. Then after that, you can go back in and you can turn it off, or you can decide which employees you need to turn it on for. Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Great. That's good to know.
Yeah. Okay. So the other nice thing about this mobile app is they can remain logged in permanently.
Oh.
Okay. So they don't have to constantly log out and log in. So I use it on my cell phone, and I've been logged in permanently since I downloaded it, which is very nice.
Oh, wow.
Okay. It's not going to drain their device battery, and it's not going to use any of their data. So they don't need to worry about their data plan being sucked dry or anything like that.
Interesting. Okay. Wow.
Okay. So some other features that are shared between the mobile app and the web clock is the employee portal. Now, employees can go here at any time. If they're in the right location on their computer, so at the office, they can clock in or out. If they're at home, it won't work. Okay?
Oh, so wait a minute. Say that again.
So the web clock is only functioning if they're using the right computer at the right location. So if I come to this portal at home and I try and clock in or out, it won't work. But if I go to the office and I come to my portal, and that's the network that I am clocking in and out on, then I can clock in or out.
Okay, so now this is just on the computer. Does this affect if they're on their phones?
No. So if they're on their phones, they can clock in and out from anywhere. And then
good, because we have go ahead.
I said that would be the point of the location management is, hey, you can clock in and out on your phone, you can be anywhere, but we're going to know the location when you do clock in or out because we can see it with the geofencing and geotagging.
Okay, because a lot of our employees, the majority of the employees are remote, but because we come into the office, we trail in at different times. The office is small, so we have no more than 5 or 6 people that may come in for a meeting, a conference, to pick up something, to drop off at an individual or to meet with someone. So sometimes they do come in the office, and it's nice that, they would be able to clock in if they're in, but as it's very important for us that they can clock in on their mobile phone wherever they are because they're in various locations.
Absolutely.
Especially those who aren't just doing who some of those who may be performing billable hours. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yeah, we don't
Okay.
prevent them from clocking in and out on their mobile phone. They can be anywhere. It's just, do you want to see where they are when they do clock in and out, right? That's the
Or not. Yeah.
geotagging. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So in their
Okay.
portal, they'll also have their own time card. So each employee can keep track of their own hours. You know, it'll show if they forget to clock out. They can send a
Oh,
note to you and say,
nice.
hey, you know, I forgot to clock out. I left at 5 o'clock. Please fix that for me. And then if you
Okay.
make any type of edit, you know, that's what this strikeout is. So they'll see
Oh,
that you fixed the mistake for them, which is nice.
okay. But one thing, so in other words, I'm not the particular person. Someone else is going to be doing this for them if they need their hours fixed. But this is not a system where they can edit their own hours.
If you want them to, you can give them
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
ability to
Okay.
edit
We
their
would
own hours.
definitely want them to be able to do that. Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, you just turn that on and you decide which employees you want to and which employees don't. Absolutely.
Oh, okay. So that's a feature that once, like, if I'm an administrator in the system or the bookkeeper, if she's in this system, we can turn on the feature whether or not employees can edit their own. But that is a possibility. They can edit their own time.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, good. That's important. Okay, good.
Okay. So this is just going to keep a running tally for them, how many hours they work in a day. If they hit any overtime, you know, we track that automatically. How
Nice.
many hours they work each week. And
Nice.
then this will tally out their total hours for the pay period. So very, very simple.
Very nice.
Mhm.
So as far as what about how it tracks their vacation leave or sick time? How does that work?
So that's also in here, right? That's the next icon, time off.
Oh, okay.
So you just tell us how the system needs to track sick leave, vacation, personal. So this is just an example. You can create multiple buckets of time that allow
Oh,
employees to select, okay, you know, I want to take the Monday after Christmas off, and I'm going to take the hours from, you know, my vacation bucket because I'm going to go to Vegas.
oh, I like that. Oh, I
Yeah,
like that Vegas thing too.
absolutely, right? Viva Las Vegas, let's go. Going to Vegas.
Oh my God. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. So what'll happen
So,
is you just
oh,
tell
go
us
ahead.
how you need to track your PTO. We tell the system how to do it, so it's all automatic. You don't have to worry about it. We just set it and forget it.
Okay, so now what about multiple billing rates?
So multiple billing rates, tell me how that works. Does it
Well,
change?
okay, for example, suppose I have an employee that has a regular rate here at work, whatever their rate is per hour, whatever. But suppose that same employee has to do work for someone else and bill that person. How would your system handle that? Are you able to handle multiple billing rates, even if it's for, say, for example, one employee?
Yes, but we do have a limitation on how many rates each employee can have. So do you know
So
how
how
many?
many?
I think it's up
I
to
just need
10.
to know from you, get an idea, because I'm not sure how many people in certain groups, how many rates there would be, but I just needed to get an idea from you of how your system would handle that.
So each employee can have, I think, up to 10 or 15 rates. So
Okay.
we can plug in a default rate, but they need
Okay.
to tell the system either to track at a different rate or to just track that specific time. So
Ah,
at the clock itself, right, we need to actually tell that system, what are we doing? We're clocking in and out, but do I need to specify where I'm clocking into, a job, a department, a location? So we can design what we call clock prompts.
clock prompts. Okay.
Yep. So clock prompts, when employees go to clock in, right?
Right.
it's going to prompt them to give me information. So
Nice.
if it's a particular location, give me that information. If it's a job, if it's an invoice, you design these clock prompts and tell the employees what information to give you.
Nice.
Okay.
So who teaches us how to do that? Or is that something you set up initially? Or is there a video to watch for it? I mean,
It's something that we set up initially for you, and then
ah,
we show you how to modify those prompts in case you need to add or remove, selections.
right. So now, is there a dedicated person to teach us that? Or is it a chat service? Is it a customer service? Is it 24 hours? Is it 8:30 to 5 your time? Like once you set this up for us, these clock prompts, and we need to then afterwards set up something different, kind of, I guess adjust it to what we would put in there for the different sites or what have you. Who do we reach out to for that?
So you could do it yourself, or you would just reach out to our support team. Our support
Yeah, that's
team,
what I'm asking.
Yeah, the quickest way is through an email. You just send a ticket through your portal, and you let them know your account name. Or you can call their 1-800 number. And our support hours are Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
Yeah, that's what I asked.
Yep.
6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So there's a way. So there are several ways. We can either do it through a support email. We can send a ticket. We can call directly, 6 a.m. to 6, and that's Mountain Time. Yeah, I'm just always interested in. I'm sorry?
Or you could do it yourself. It's very, very simple.
Right. Well, that's what I was asking. In case when we start doing it, since you said we have the option, once you guys initially set it up, we have the option to do it ourselves. I was just wanting to know what type of customer service was in place in the event that we start doing it for ourselves and have questions.
Sure.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So very, very
so
simple.
Far, good.
Yeah. So that information is tracked both on the employee side. So when they make different selections, right, they can see those billable hours, right? And we track how many hours are being billed into different jobs. And then if they need to transfer throughout the day, they can do that as well.
Okay, so when they hit transfer, that's when they're going into the clock prompt?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Or if they need to initially tell you when they're first clocking in for the day, okay, I'm not working in my regular department, those prompts will pop up as well.
Oh, okay. All right. So now how does this translate into, say, QuickBooks? At the end, when all these hours are done and they need to go into QuickBooks, because that's what we have, how does this...
Well, so this is just the employee side, right? So if I move over to the manager's portal, that's what's on your screen right now. So this is where all the hours pool together, and this is where you'll come to manage all your employee time cards. So this is very easy to navigate, and on your left is your navigation menu. Okay. So you've got a main menu with some options. You've got a time cards with a few different views. You've got maintenance menus where you can set up different login maintenance for your team. You can change or create employee groups. You've got your reports menu. So if you want to filter out and run reports on paid time off or accruals, or, hey, I need to see how much time this employee spent working this job so I can bill them, you can run all sorts of different reports, right? And then you've got a settings menu where you can, basically come in here and set up geo-fencing options if you want. Right. So we will set this up for you, but each employee will have a profile. We'll put all your employees in here, but this is where you decide what clock you want them to use and if you want to turn on the GPS or not.
Right. And is this where we also decide whether or not they can edit their hours?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And then this is where you'll assign them login credentials. If someone forgets and you need to reset it, you can do that. Okay. You've also got your time off requests. So as employees request time off, you'll be notified with an email. And then
Okay.
it'll show up in here and you can see when the request was made, by which employee, what day they want off, how many hours they want, what they have available. And then you can quickly approve this and it'll send an email back to the employee letting them know, hey, it's approved, or no, it's not.
So when you say email, it's going to the employee's actual email that's in the system, or is there a way for them to also see it within Swipeclock?
So yes, both. So you can add their email to the system, any email that you want, but it's also
Nice.
going to show up in their employee portal on their cell phone. They'll receive a push notification, but in their time
Nice.
off section, it'll move from a pending. So let me go approve one. And then it'll say approved. So we just made this request, right? Or actually we just
Nice.
did
Yep.
this one. So I'll approve this one. So I'll receive an email and a push notification. Then back in my portal here, if I refresh this screen, it'll say approved time off. So I can also check it here.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. So it's a communication, right? Notification, so everybody's aware of what's happening. So very, very simple.
Okay. So
Okay.
let me also ask, when employees on the management side, when employees are making requests for time off or, whatever, is there a way to see in your system who else has made, is there like a calendar feature where you can see who else is off if on that same day?
Yes. So you'll have a calendar here, and every day that has an employee off, there'll be a check mark. You just hover over it and it'll tell you which employee. That's one way. Another way is right next to the employee name. If another employee had this same day off, there would be a yellow triangle with a question mark in it. You can hover over that triangle and it will say Bill Jones and Sammy Davis also have this day off. Yeah.
Nice.
So we double up. Yeah.
Nice. Very nice.
Employees also have a calendar too.
Yes, which is good.
Will show just themselves, or if you want to open it up to everyone, they'll see what other days other employees have off.
That's nice. I like that. So what we started off with was seeing how the payroll goes to QuickBooks. So how do we get to that point?
So essentially, once you review the employee time cards, right? So you'll just come to every employee time card, review it. You'll notice mistakes. So if I need to edit a mistake, I can, right? And I can plug in the time that they left and then save it. And that mistake is now gone. This
is not a difficult interface either. I like this.
No, it's very user-friendly. So once all the time cards, yeah, definitely. It's very easy to learn, very easy to pick up, but we train you before you start using the system, okay?
Yeah, which is excellent, yes.
Yes. So once all the time cards are accurate, then I just come to the reports menu, and I can run a summary report, and I just pick the date range or my pay period that I want to summarize, and then I can hit submit, and it throws all my employees and their hours worked with any PTO, holidays paid, their total hours into a report that I can then throw into a CSV or an Excel spreadsheet.
Okay, a CSV or
yep, and then with that spreadsheet, we just want to find the particular format to save this spreadsheet into so that you can import it into QuickBooks.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so the goal is to not have any manual data entry. We want to be able to just pull the information here, save it, and then quickly put it into QuickBooks.
Okay, so how do you know which form to save it in to get it into QuickBooks? I mean, is that something that your system reads into QuickBooks or?
No, so I would need to get a sample form from you because what changes is the headers, right? Name, department,
that's what I'm wondering.
Yep. So you would send us a sample report, and if we don't already have one built, then we would build one for you.
Wow. Okay.
But then there's that format tier that I mentioned.
Okay.
And a lot of clients opt to go that route because it's
And what was that? I know we briefly talked about it over the phone, but I need a refresher on that because I really don't remember. Because if you remember, I kept putting you on hold to answer the phone.
Yeah, no, it's just a, I'll have to find the link because I do have it.
Workaround.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
essentially it's just the ability to come in here and create your own format for your QuickBooks,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah, if you can get me that link so
Mhm.
that we can take a look at that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've got the link. It's just a free program, and you just go in there and you put your employees in, and then you put the headers that you need across the board, hours worked, overtime, department codes, whatever, and then you can save our data into that format here and then plug it into QuickBooks. So a lot of clients do that because it's extremely simple.
Mm. So on an ongoing basis, how much of a timely workaround is that? Is it a one-time thing, or is this every time we're doing this?
It's a one-time creation.
Because then you could save it sort of as your template. Am I not right?
Yes. And that's only if we don't have a format for you, which if you're
Right.
using QuickBooks Desktop, we have offhand, I think we have a dozen or 2 dozen formats already designed for QuickBooks.
Okay. This is very interesting. What else can you tell me about Swipeclock? So far, it looks really, really good. I just need to know about, I guess the formats, if you guys don't have it, what that link would be for the workaround.
Sure, I can send that over to you. It's not something that we offer, it's just something that I've ran
No,
into
I know it's something
in my
that you have
time.
knowledge of, though. So instead of me rebuilding the wheel, if you have knowledge of it, I could get that link
Absolutely.
and just look at it. Hopefully, whatever you have will work, for us. But like I said, I'm not as technically involved as the bookkeeper would be, but I know enough to kind of figure out what we're going to need and what might or might not work for us.
Sure. So there's a lot that this system can do. There's over 1,500 features. So down the road, if you ever needed any type of scheduling components or recruiting or onboarding or HR, those are add-ons that you can add into this system.
Okay.
Swipeclock's been in business for about 20 years, so we actually pioneered the online timekeeping solution. So 1 million people use this system every day. It's tried, it's tested, it just works, it's very reliable. And you've seen that it's just very user friendly. So anybody can pick it up and start using it and know how to do the basics within 10-15 minutes.
Right. And I like the fact that it seems like it has a nice employee database in there.
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. And I've worked with Swipeclock for 3 years, and during that time, I've run into so many situations that are all unique, and we've been able to accommodate each of our clients' needs. And once we build the system for you, a lot of times it's just set it and forget, and off you go. So there's no there's no upkeep, there's no maintenance, there's no support. When we roll out updates, they're automatics, so there's zero downtime. You just never have to worry about the system not being accessible.
The reliability is nice.
Yeah. And at the price range, you won't find a better system because this will future-proof your needs. You will not outgrow this system. And that's a big concern for a lot of our clients.
How much of what we talked about today would be an add-on? Are any of these things add-on features? Because I know usually add-ons are additional. For example, as far as if we want the geo fencing or anything like that, which I don't think is a big deal with us, but
that would be the only add-on. Yep.
Okay.
Unless you ever wanted to purchase like a physical clock.
Yeah.
At one of your locations.
Hopefully that day wouldn't come.
Right. So yeah, the mobile tracking, that's the only add-on. That's $30 per month, and it covers every employee. Other than that, there's no additional add-on to track PTO or sick leave. We just build that into the one-time fee, design it, set it, and forget it. You get the web clock and you get the mobile app. Those are included. and then you get the employee portal and the manager's portal. All that's included for $4 per employee per month.
So what about the transfer options and the prompt clock that you guys have to set up? Is that an add-on, or what?
Nope.
What is?
That's all included.
Okay.
Yep. It's just
Wow.
features that you either turn on or that you turn off. Yeah. So we have
Right.
some clients that don't need it today, and in 6 months they call us back and say, hey, we need to track jobs or locations. You know, can we turn this feature on? We flip it on, and yeah, there's no adjustment in cost for you.
Well, of course, because business needs are ever changing. So it's,
Yep.
you know, if you have a set it and forget it system, once the needs change, well, you know, you just go back and see what you can do with that. Okay, so that makes sense to me.
Yeah. And I would say 95% of our clients, they grow into this program. So
Right.
because it's so robust and very agile, you know, and like I said, we don't build two accounts the same. So you'll actually work with a dedicated rep. He'll work with you and your team. He'll build your account. He'll put in all your rules for, you know, your work week overtime, your pay periods. And then once your account's built, he'll do a training with the staff, give them access points, show them how to run reports, how to add and remove employees, how to turn features on or off. And then once you guys decide to start using the system, we have a customer excellence program that you go into, and that just ensures for the first 6 weeks that you guys are using it that it's flawless, right? It's seamless, it's easy, everyone understands,
Right.
and that you can get the information you need to run payroll out of our system and into QuickBooks. So we help you every step of the way.
Which is good because,
Yeah.
you know, yeah, when you got to crawl before you learn to walk. So we would need, right.
Absolutely. So let me do this. Let me send you this recording.
Oh, yes, please. We'll be delighted to show this to our executive director.
Absolutely. I'll send you the recording, and then I will send you a cost proposal. We use DocuSign, and it'll have the costs that we just talked about.
Okay.
And then when would you like me to check back?
Okay. Let's see. Now she's off today. Let me look at the calendar and see if she's in on Monday. If she's off today, obviously it wouldn't be Monday because that means she's got a lot on her plate after being off. But hold on a second. Let me just go through, look at the calendar and see what might look like a good day.
Sure.
Because when I say she's busy, I'm not kidding. Hold on. Where are we? Okay, the 11th, she's off today. So I won't look at Monday. I will look at Tuesday. All right. So no, that's right. Tuesday, the 15th, 16th. All right, Thursday. Thursday's a staff meeting, but that's not bad. Thursday doesn't look too bad.
Next Thursday.
I know Monday's not good, and she just canceled everything I did for her for 15th and 16th, so I know those aren't good. But maybe Thursday. Well, let's try Thursday at say around 10:30.
10:30? Okay, Thursday, which is the 17th. Yeah, I'll just shoot you a little calendar invite just as a reminder. I'll just give you a call, and we can review. I can address any other questions. If you guys do want to get started, we make it very simple, and we can have you set up in about 2 to 3 weeks. Right now we're a little busy due to the end of the year, but we still move pretty quick.
Right. Well, I'm sure whatever we start, it's probably, it would probably be for January, but I still, I have to take the steps to try and get everybody's time and attention to get them on board. This is why I asked today if you could do the demo today, because this way, if I can get it in front of her, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's extremely busy. A real smart cookie. So if I can get this in front of her, at least, who's sending me this? 1 second.
Sure.
Okay. Oh crap, I forgot I have a 1 o'clock meeting. She's right. All right, hold on 1 second. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Sounds like I need to let you go.
No. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so I can wrap this up with you properly. Okay. Okay, that's all I needed to answer was okay. All right, so thank you for your time today.
You're very welcome.
And sorry for all the times I put you on hold when we were on the phone.
That's totally understandable. Not a problem.
But this is good. I'm kind of excited. I'm glad I'll have something to show her. So hopefully I can get this, in front of her sometime during the week, so that by the time I talk to you Thursday, if she has, a lot of any questions or a lot of stuff that she needs to know, hopefully she could feed it back to me, and by Thursday I can tell you what she's thinking or whatever.
Absolutely. Sounds like a plan. I sent you that
really
calendar invite for next week at 10:30. I'll get the information over to you today, and we'll talk next week. We'll go from there.
All right. So great. Thank you so much for your time today, Nate. I really appreciate it.
Yes, you're very welcome. It was a pleasure, Deirdre, and enjoy the day, and have a good weekend.
You too. Great. Thank you so much.
Talk soon.
All
Okay,
right.
bye.